Hi everyone! Our lesson for today is about the nature of the roots of quadratic equation. So the objective of this lesson is characterize the roots of a quadratic equation using the discriminant. So in this lesson, the value of the expression b squared minus 4ac is called the discriminant of the quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This value can be used to describe the nature of the roots of a quadratic equation. It can be 0, positive and perfect square, positive but not perfect square, or negative. So it means through the discriminant of the given expression b squared minus 4ac, madali lang nating ma-identify ang roots ng given equation. Basta lagi lang nating tatandaan ang possible values of discriminants. Yun ay ang 0, positive and perfect square, positive but not perfect square, or negative. To determine the concept of this lesson, let's identify the first nature of the root. Number 1. When b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, then the roots are real numbers and are equal. So what does it mean? So let's try to solve the given example. Describe the roots of x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 0. So let's try to solve the given example. The first step that we're going to do here is to identify the values of a, b, and c. Given the equation x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 0, so let's identify the values of a, b, and c. So sabi nga natin, to find out the value of your a, b, and c, let's identify the coefficient of the given equation. A is equal to 1, which is makikita natin sa first term, x squared. B is equal to negative 4, which is na kay second term. And C is equal to 4, which is nasa last term. Now, after we identify the values of A, B, and C, so the next step that we're going to do is to substitute the values of A, B, and C in the expression b squared minus 4ac. So, anong gagawin natin dito? Gagamitin natin ang ating expression b squared minus 4ac to find out the value of the discriminant. Okay, so let's substitute the values on the given expression. So we have here b squared minus 4ac will become, so the value for b is negative 4, so that's why it will become negative 4 squared minus 4 times the value of a, which is 1, times the value of c, which is 4. So next, let's simplify. Negative 4 squared is equal to, so we all know that when we are multiplying negative times negative, the answer is positive. So negative 4 squared is equal to 16 minus 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 4 times 4 is equal to 16. That's why we have here 16 minus 16. So last, let's subtract 16 minus 16. So the answer is 0. So therefore, the discriminant of the expression b squared minus 4ac after we substitute the value of a, b, and c is equal to 0. Sabi natin, if the discriminant is equal to 0, the roots are real numbers and are equal. Ibig sabihin, ang possible na makuha nating roots sa given equation is real numbers and equal. It means parehas. Magkaparehas. So let's identify or let's check if it is true. So let's check if the roots of the given equation are real numbers and equal, after we substitute the values of a, b, and c to the formula that we are going to use. So the value for a, b, and c are 1, -4, and 4. Okay, so this can be checked by determining the roots of x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 0 using any of the methods in solving quadratic equation. So, meron tayong 4 method. Yun ay yung subtracting square roots, factoring, completing the square, and quadratic formula. So, at this moment, we are going to use the quadratic formula to identify the roots of the given equation. So, using the quadratic formula, let's identify the roots. Let's use first the positive sign. So, let's substitute the values of a, b, and c to the given formula. So, it will become negative times -4, which is the value of b, plus square root of -4 squared minus 4 times 1, which is the value of our a, times 4, the value of our c, over 2 times 1. Negative times -4, so it will become equal to positive. Sabi nga natin, when we are multiplying negative to negative, the answer is positive. So, negative times -4, the answer is positive 4. Then, square root of -4 squared. So, -4 squared is equal to positive 16 minus 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 4 times 4 is equal to 16 over 2 times 1. So, we have here 2. That's why we come up to 4 plus square root of 16 minus 16 over 2. Okay, next. So, it will become 4 plus 16 minus 16 is equal to 0. That's why we have here square root of 0 over 2. Now, let's simplify the numerator. So, let's add the numerator. So, square root of 0 is equal to 0. That's why we have here 4 plus 0 over 2. Okay, so next. So, 4 plus 0 is equal to 4 over 2. So, let's divide it. 4 divided by 2, the answer is equal to 2. Therefore, the first root that we get here is positive 2. Now, let's proceed. So, after we use the positive sign, let's proceed to the negative sign. So, it will become negative times -4 minus square root of -4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4 over 2 times 1. Okay, so let's simplify. Negative times negative, of course, it is positive. So, negative times -4, the answer is positive 4. Copy the sign, negative, and then simplify. Negative 4 squared is equal to positive 16. 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 4 times 4 is equal to 16. So, therefore, we have here 4 minus square root of 16 minus 16 over 2 times 1 is equal to 2. So, therefore, we have here 4 minus square root of 0 over 2. Sabi nga natin, square root of 0 is equal to 0. So, therefore, we have here 4 minus 0 is equal to 2. So, 4 minus 0 is equal to 4 over 2. Therefore, the answer is equal to 2. So, it means the discriminant of the expression b squared minus 4ac is true to the given equation. Next, let's proceed. Number 2. When b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0 and a perfect square, then the roots are rational numbers and are not equal. O, ibig sabihin, ang value ng discriminant natin dito ay mas mataas kay 0. Kapag naging mas mataas kay 0 and perfect square ang value ng discriminants, so ibig sabihin, ang magiging value ng roots natin or ang value ng x natin are rational numbers at hindi magkaparehas. Example, determine the nature of the roots of x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals 0. First thing is to identify the value for a, b, and c. So the value for a is the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. The value for b, the coefficient of 7x, which is 7. The value for c is equal to 10. So after we identify the values for a, b, and c, let's proceed. Substitute the values of a, b, and c in the expression b squared minus 4ac. Okay, so given the expression b squared minus 4ac, let's substitute the values for a, b, and c. So therefore, it will become 7 squared, the value for b is 7, minus 4 times 1, which is the value for a, times 10, the value for c. So let's simplify. 7 squared is equal to 49, minus 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 4 times 10 is equal to 40. So let's subtract 49 minus 40. So the answer is 9. So as you can see, the discriminant of the expression b squared minus 4ac is 9. Since the discriminant is 9 and 9 is greater than 0 and a perfect square, so it means ang magiging roots natin ay rational numbers pero hindi equal. Okay, so let's check. Let's substitute the value for a, b, and c. Let's use again the quadratic formula to identify the roots of the given equation. So let's substitute. It will become x is equal to negative 7 for the value of b, plus square root of 7 squared minus 4 times 1, which is the value for your a, times 10, which is the value for your c, over 2 times 1. Okay, so let's simplify. Just copy negative 7. So x is equal to negative 7 plus square root of 7 squared is equal to 49 minus 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 4 times 10 is equal to 40 over 2 times 1. So the answer is 2. So let's simplify the radicand. So x is equal to negative 7 plus square root of 49 minus 40. So the answer is 9 over 2. Since 9 is perfect squared, so let's square it. So negative 7 plus the square root of 9. So square root of 9 is equal to 3 over 2. So we have here now x is equal to negative 7 plus 3 over 2. Now, let's combine the numerator. Negative 7 plus 3. Since one of the term is negative and one of the term is positive, imbis na pag-add, we need to subtract it. Dahil ang negative ay nasa mas mataas na number, okay, so therefore, magiging sign natin ay negative. So, negative 7 plus 3 is equal to negative 4 copy 2. Okay, so negative 4 divided by 2, the answer is negative 2. So the first root that we get here is negative 2. Next, let's use the negative sign. So x is equal to negative 7 minus. So first equation, we use positive. Second equation, let's use negative. So negative 7 minus square root of 7 squared minus 4 times 1 times 10 over 2 times 1. Copy negative 7 minus, simplify square root of 7 squared is equal to 49 minus 4 times 1 is equal to 4 times 10 is equal to 40 over 2 times 1 is equal to 2. So we have now negative 7 minus square root of 49 minus 40 over 2. So next, copy negative 7 minus, simplify square root of 49 minus 40. The answer is 9. Copy over 2. So we have here negative 7 minus square root of 9 over 2. Okay, so let's square 9. So now we have here negative 7 minus 3 over 2. Kung mapapansin nyo, ang numerator natin ay parehong negative. So, negative 7 minus 3. So, since the given is like that, so, imbis na i-subtract natin, let's combine it and copy the sign. So, negative 7 minus 3 will become equal to negative 10 divided by 2. So, the answer is negative 10 divided by 2. The answer is negative 5. The value of the roots of the given equation are negative 2 and negative 5. Since ang ating discriminant is 9 and 9 is greater than 0, so and also it is a perfect square, therefore the roots of the given equation are rational numbers but not equal. So as you can see, hindi parehas ang value natin ng roots. So it means the discriminant is true to the given equation. Next, let's proceed. Number 3. When b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, but not perfect square, then the roots are irrational numbers and are not equal. So, it means magiging irrational ang number natin kapag ang value ng discriminant naman natin ay hindi perfect squared. Okay, so let's identify if it is true. Example, describe the roots of x squared plus 6x plus 3 equals 0. Identify the values for a, b, and c. So the value for a is the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. The value for b is 6. The value for c is equal to 3. Now, what we're going to do is to substitute it to the given expression b squared minus 4ac. So let's substitute the values of a, b, and c to the given expression. So it will become 6 squared. 6 is the value for b, minus 4 times 1, the value for a, and 3, the value for c. So 6 squared is equal to 36, minus 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 4 times 3 is equal to 12. So we have here 36 minus 12. So 36 minus 12 is equal to 24. So the discriminant is 24. 24 is greater than 0 but not a perfect square. So hindi siya perfect square. Now let's determine the values of the roots of the given equation. So, dapat ang magiging roots ay irrational numbers and not equal. So, let's check using the values of a, b, and c. Again, let's use quadratic formula for identifying the roots of the equation. Okay, now, so let's substitute. Let's use first the positive. So, it will become x is equal to negative 6, which is the value for b, plus, so ginamit natin ng positive muna, square root of 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3 over 2 times 1. So, let's copy negative 6. So, x is equal to negative 6 plus, simplify 6 squared is equal to 36, minus 4 times 1 is 4 times 3, it is equal to 12. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. Okay, so we have now negative 6 plus square root of 36 minus 12 over 2. So now, let's subtract the radicand. Copy negative 6. So x is equal to negative 6 plus square root of 36 minus 12. 36 minus 12 is equal to 24. And copy the denominator, which is 2. So we have here negative 6 plus square root of 24 over 2. So what we are going to do here is to square the radicand. So we have here now negative 6 plus, so since 24 is not a perfect squared, ano yung mangyayari so hindi natin gagalawin? Just copy. Since si 24 ay hindi perfect squared, what we're going to do here is to identify the factor of it. So, 24, ano yung dalawang number na kapag pinag-multiply natin, ay 24 ang lalabas. But be sure na kapag tayo ay nag-identify ng factors, one of the factor is perfect squared and one of them is not. So, we have here the factor for 24 is 4 times 6. Copy 2. So, we have negative 6 plus square root of 4 times 6 over 2. Okay, so, since one of the given factor is perfect squared, so we can simplify that. So, copy natin yung hindi po muna natin gagalawin. So, negative 6 and 2. So, we have here negative 6 plus, so square root of 4. Since 4 is perfect squared, so we can simplify that. So, let's put that outside of the radical sign. So, it will become 2. So, negative 6 plus 2, then remain square root of 6 over 2. Since we can't add the numerator, dahil one of the term is may radical sign, what we're going to do here is to divide it na lang. Since negative 6 is divisible by 2 and 2 is divisible by 2, so let's divide it. So, negative 6 divided by 2 is equal to negative 3 plus 2 divided by 2. So, let's cancel it. So, the answer is square root of 6. So, therefore, the first root that we have here is negative 3 plus square root of 6. Next, let's use the negative sign. Substitute the values we have here. Negative 6 minus square root of 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3 over 2 times 1. Now, let's copy negative 6 minus square root of 6 squared is equal to 36 minus 4 times 1 is equal to 4 times 3 is equal to 12. So, over 2 times 1 is equal to 2. Now, we have here negative 6 minus square root of 36 minus 12 over 2. The next step that we need to do is to subtract 36 minus 12. Okay, so let's copy negative 6 minus square root of 36 minus 12 is equal to 24 over 2. Now, let's put the factor of 24. So, we have here negative 6 minus square root of 4 times 6 over 2. Now, copy again negative 6 minus square root of 4 since 4 is perfect squared. So, we can simplify that. So, it will become negative 6 minus 2 square root of 6 over 2. Hindi natin pwedeng ipag-subtract si negative 6 kay 2 square root of 6 dahil the first term is rational and the second term is irrational. So what we're going to do here is to divide it. Now let's find out the lowest form. Negative 6 divided by 2 is equal to negative 3 minus 2 square root of 6 divided by 2 is equal to, so let's cancel 2, it will become equal to square root of 6. So therefore, the answer is negative 3 minus square root of 6. So now, as you can see, the roots of quadratic equation x squared minus 6x plus 3 equals 0 or negative 3 plus square root of 6 and negative 3 minus square root of 6. So, therefore, the values are not equal. So, hindi sila magkaparehas. And this is an example of irrational numbers. Number 4. When b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, then the equation has no real root. So, what does it mean? Kapag ka naging less than 0, mas mababa kay 0, wala siyang magiging real roots. Okay, so let's check. Determine the nature of the roots of x squared plus 2x plus 5 equals 0. So again, first step, identify the values for a, b, and c. So the value for a is 1 for the coefficient of x squared, b for the coefficient of 2x, and c for 5. Now, after we identify the value for a, b, and c, let's substitute it to the given expression, which is b squared minus 4ac, to identify the discriminant of the given expression. So, b squared minus 4ac will become equal to 2 squared, 2 is the value of b, minus 4 times 1, which is the value for a, and 5 for the value of c. So, 2 squared is equal to 4, minus 4 times 1 is equal to 4 times 5 is equal to 20. 4 minus 20 is equal to negative 16. So, as you can see, the value of our discriminant is negative 16. And negative 16 is less than 0. Therefore, we don't have real roots for the given equation. Let's check by substituting the value for a, b, and c. So, using the quadratic formula, so let's substitute it. So, it will become negative 2 plus square root of 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 5 over 2 times 1. Okay, so copy negative 2. So, we have here negative 2 plus, simplify yung ating nasa radical sign. So, 2 squared is equal to 4 minus 4 times 1 times 5 is equal to 20. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. So, therefore, we have here negative 2 plus the square root of 4 minus 20 over 2. Okay, so next, we have here negative 2 plus. So, let's subtract 4 minus 20. The answer is negative 16 over 2. So, as you can see, nagkaroon tayo ng negative sa loob ng radical sign, which is hindi siya pwede. That's why we end up here. Negative 2 plus square root of negative 16 over 2. Next, let's use the negative sign. So, negative 2 minus square root of 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 5 over 2 times 1. So, let's simplify and copy negative 2 minus square root of 2 squared. So, it is equal to 4 minus 4 times 1 is equal to 4 times 5 is equal to 20. Over the denominator, 2 times 1 is equal to 2. So, we have here negative 2 minus square root of 4 minus 20 over 2. Now, let's subtract 4 minus 20. So, we have here negative 2 minus square root of 4 minus 20 is equal to negative 16 over 2. So, the same, sa first root, nagkaroon din ng negative sign ng ating radicand. So, it means we end up the solution here. So, as you can see, for the last example, the roots of the quadratic equation x squared plus 2x plus 5 equals 0 are not real numbers. So, ibig sabihin, walang real roots ang ating equation. So, that ends our lesson for today. I hope you understand our discussion. Now, it's your turn to answer the question or equation that you have now. So, thank you for watching. If you like this video, just hit the like button, share, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to notify for the next lesson.